Disney, Ernie D, Taylor Swift taking over now. So, I mean, we all know how important your fans are to you. Is there like a favorite fan encounter that you've had so far?
This year at CMA Fest, they have this big fan festival in Nashville for all country music fans. And they have a convention center where the artists will sign for a couple of hours. And the maximum you're expected to really sign is for maybe 4 hours. And I stayed for 9 hours and signed for everybody, standing up without a break. And I was so excited at the end of the day because I'd met so many people. It's just, you never feel like that, you know? It's just so wonderful to get to meet all these people from all these different places, and they're all so happy and they're all so nice. It's awesome.
Radio Disney. Yup, it's Ernie D and Taylor Swift taking over now. More phone calls. You ready?
Yes.
Let's do them right now. Kaylee calling from Las Vegas. Hi, Kaylee.
Yeah.
Here's Taylor Swift. Say hi.
Hi.
Hey, Kaylee.
Hey, Taylor Swift.
Oh, you're so cute.
Thank you. What was it like to have your dream come true?
Honestly, when I was younger, I never expected that it was actually going to happen for me. I knew that I loved music and I knew that I loved playing music, but I never thought that I was going to be one of those lucky people you see on TV that actually gets to do that. I remember when I would go to talent shows and there would be these other kids that were playing at the talent shows that would run up to strangers and go, "I'm going to be famous someday, you guys." And I was never like that because I knew that it was never a guarantee. And I knew that I had a really small chance, if any chance, to actually make it. So as these dreams started coming true one by one, I just started waking up in the morning and thinking, how did this happen to me? I just can't believe it. And honestly, I have so many days where I just look around and I can't believe that I've gotten to do all this stuff and that people have been so there for me and so supportive. And having a dream come true is unlike any experience in the world. And, you know, all you have to do is you just have to work for it and work for it and work for it and never expect that you're entitled to success, but then again, never let anyone tell you that you don't deserve what you want.
Hey, this is Disney. It's Ernie D, Taylor Swift taking over now. So I remember watching on Nashville Star I guess it was a few months ago, one of the judges, and he was telling all the contestants in the show, he's like, this is what we need more of in country music. You should all aspire to be just like Taylor Swift.
I remember that.
You remember that?
That was so cool.
Yeah. I think it was John Rich that said that.
Yeah, he's brilliant.
Yeah. Is that hard for you to hear those kinds of things?
It's not hard at all. Those sort of things, just to be completely honest. I'm just going to be completely honest. It's not hard at all.
No, that's all right. That's all
pretty
right.
much the easiest thing that could ever happen to you.
Right.
Is listening to people say nice things. It's just unbelievable to me, you know, the fact that all this stuff actually happened. And the strange part about it is that I haven't changed at all. I have the same brother, the same mom, the same dad, the same best friend as I had in high school, the same cat who hates me. And it's just the way that people see me now is a little different. You know, like, you don't change as a person. It's just the way that people see you, and if you let the way you see yourself change, then it's a problem. But I'm still the same person who, that's the cool part. That's the part where, you know, you're driving around your hometown and you drive past your high school, you drive past, you know, your ex-boyfriend's house that you dated in 10th grade, and you're like, wow, I'm the same person, and just all this stuff around me has changed.
Yeah. Oh, and speaking of, how is your cat, Indy?
My cat is awesome. Like, we have this sort of love-hate relationship where she sort of acts like she hates me when I get home because I've been gone for so long, and she has this like horrible scream that she does. She's just like so loud, and she runs around the house screaming, and then I wake up the next morning and she's lying there on my chest purring. So it's a love-hate relationship. And this Christmas, I sort of as a joke bought her a sweater because I'm not the kind of person who dresses up their animals. I just don't do that. But I thought it would be funny just for one time to put a little Christmas sweater on the cat. And I took it off of her after about 2 minutes because I was like, wow, I don't think that animals should probably wear clothes. And then I took it off of her, and she started screaming. Like, she was so mad at me that I took the sweater off. And I wanted to test the theory, so I put the sweater back on, and she started purring. My cat is so weird.
And it snores, too.
The cat snores, too, yeah.
Like, when I first read that, I was like, how does a cat snore?
I don't know either.
And what goes through your mind when your cat does that?
Well, I blog about it most of the time. Because usually it's when there's no one around, and I call up my best friend Abigail, and she doesn't pick up. I'm like, you seriously need to call me back because my cat is snoring. It's so exciting. Listen to how exciting my life is. Listen to this.
Radio Disney. Radio Disney. This is Taylor Swift taking over, and of course, we're doing phone calls. Taylor, this is Joya calling. Joya, what's your question?
How old were you when you wrote your first song, and what was it called?
I was 12 when I wrote my first song.
Wow.
And it was called Lucky You. And I think if you YouTube it, you can hear it. And I sound so young in the song, and it's just, A song that I wrote when actually I first learned to play guitar, and I wrote my first song that night. So when I learned to play guitar, it was sort of an accident that I actually learned to play guitar. Yeah.
I wish I could have an accent like that. For real.
I was sitting there doing my homework, and this guy came over to fix my computer because our computer was being really slow. And he brought over his guitar because he apparently played in a band, and he had just come from a gig. So he had his guitar case there, and I was looking at it, and he said, "Do you play?" And I said, "No, I don't." And he goes, "Do you want me to teach you some chords?" And so he taught me 3 chords, and I wrote my very first song that night, and it's called Lucky You.
That's crazy.
Pretty interesting to go back and listen to that one.
Why is that? Is it weird to listen to yourself back like
from when I was really
6 years
little?
ago, yeah.
From when I was really little, but I mean, in a way, you just look back and you're like, "Oh, wow, that's special," you know. Hey.
Radio Disney, yep, Ernie D, Taylor Swift, she's here taking over now. We still have those autographed Taylor Swift dolls to give away. And if you can tell me the name of the very first song that she ever wrote, she said she was 12 years old, then call me. I got a doll for you, 1-888-327-7018. Now, Taylor, I mean, I'm sure you know this, but a lot of people, especially a lot of younger people, look up to you. Is that like a hard responsibility for you?
I love it.
Being looked up to?
I love that.
Admired?
It's such a lucky position to be in, honestly. And I think that what some people don't realize is that the second you put out one song or the second you're in one movie and one person likes it, you're a role model no matter what, whether you like it or whether you don't like it.
Right.
You're going to be watched, and what you do is going to be monitored. And I think that when I have moms coming up to me after shows and saying, "You're a good role model for my daughter," the most wonderful thing in the world, and it's the most wonderful compliment when someone calls you a role model, because that's a compliment on your character and who you are. And I don't think that it gets better than that.
Radio, Taylor Swift taking over now. It's me, Ernie D. So, I mean, you've done a lot over the past couple of years. Is there something that you haven't done that you really, really want to do?
The cover of Rolling Stone magazine would be amazing. That's just one of those things that I dream about, and I'm just like, maybe someday if I'm really, really, really lucky, that might happen, you know?
Right. That's crazy. Like, can you already have like an idea in your head of what that would be like if
No, it would be anything.
Anything?
Oh, I would go anything.
No props, just you in a t-shirt and jeans or whatever?
I would pose in a t-shirt and jeans.
Really?
Yeah.
Now people in roller stones are going to hit us. Taylor Swift, next cover. Let's go. Let's get it rolling. So who do you look up to? I mean, you mentioned a couple, but like who do you like look to for sort of inspiration and people that you want to kind of model your career after, I guess?
Faith Hill.
All the way?
Oh, completely. She's amazing. She's my hero completely, and she's so graceful and so beautiful and so talented, and she always just carries herself with so much class, and I love that.
So what was like the first time you met her?
The first time I met her was at the ACM Awards, and she was so nice to me, and it's just so incredible getting to know her, where she'll send me flowers on my birthday, and she'll leave little presents in my dressing room, and let me stay in their house when we're in LA. It's the nicest thing in the world. They're the coolest people.
At Disney, it's Ernie D. Taylor Swift taking over right now. So you said that you look up to Faith Hill. The first time that you met her, were you like all like high and squeaky and geeky and stuff? Or were you?
Yeah, like
you were really
when I meet people like that, I really just can't be cool. It's very hard for me to keep it cool. And I'm sitting there in my head, I'm like, just be cool, don't be weird. Like, So, but I always end up being like, I just love you so much, and I just blah, blah, blah.
Like really talking extra loud?
Really loud and really fast. And then I walk away and I'm like, I have no idea what I just said. I
just met Faith Hill.
For the life of me, I can't remember, and I'm trying to. That's what that's like when I met Justin Timberlake. I was just like, blah, 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 blah. I don't know what I just
gibberish
said.
Comes out of your mouth.
And it was on Ellen DeGeneres. It was on that show, so I could go back and watch it. But if I didn't have it taped, I would not know what I said.
All right, well, this is Taylor Swift taking over Radio Disney now. More on the way. More Taylor and another acoustic performance. It's all coming up. Taylor Swift taking over Radio Disney.